Hello and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sport for today's World Rankings preview ahead of the weekend of Summer Nations Series. And there can be very big movement across the weekend. We could see the number one side in the world, Ireland, drop as low as fourth. We could see New Zealand become the new number one side in the world. We can see South Africa actually go up to second in the world. So there's a lot of different things that can happen across the board. And so that should add a little bit of extra spice to the weekend fixtures. And it's a very nice game, South Africa versus Wales and Cardiff. You've got Wales taking on, you got England taking on Ireland. Over in Ireland, France versus Fiji, for example, should be a great game. So it should be some really cool games across the board. Italy taking on Romania. You've got Georgia taking on the USA as well. And so, yeah, there can be quite a lot of movement in this sort of the top section of the world rankings. Before I go into exactly what can happen and what needs to happen for that to happen, please do smash the like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. Right, let's go through what the permutation highlights are. So we'll start with the top and move down to the bottom. So, defeat for Ireland against England would see them surrender the number one spot to New Zealand. So New Zealand would become number one in the world this weekend if Ireland do lose to England. Unfortunately, Ireland cannot increase their cushion at the top because of the 10.29 point difference between the teams and before the home advantage is factored in. So therefore, even a win for Ireland does not improve their ranking points. They will remain the same, but they will not surrender that top spot. So if they win, they will stay at number one. If they lose, they will move down to second. However, if the right results go in the right ways, it is possible for Ireland to drop as many as 3 places down to fourth if they lose by more than 15 points, and South Africa win by the same margin against Wales, and France beat Fiji. So in terms of South Africa, they will replace France in third if they beat Wales by any margin and regardless of the result. So that's big news for Springboks. So if we win tomorrow, we will move up to at least third place. We will overtake France because France cannot improve in their rating due to the 10.52 difference between the sides before the home factor is waiting in up against Fiji. But if we were to beat France by more than 15, beat Wales by more than 15 points and Ireland were to lose, we could actually go ahead of Ireland as well, which means we can actually go up as high as second place. Ireland can move down to third, and France can, if France beat Fiji, they can go down to fourth, with New Zealand going up to number one, South Africa number two. So that could be quite interesting. All of a sudden, we could be moving into next weekend with New Zealand, South Africa, France, Ireland, and all of a sudden, like it's almost top four has been reversed from sort of last year. Unfortunately, France cannot improve their rating at all, as I said, because of where Fiji are. So and they've got the home ground advantage. England must beat Ireland by more than 15 points if they'll move up to fifth and to replace Scotland, which is quite unlikely. Obviously, they get a big factor because the Ireland are number one. Wales can jump as many as 3 places to seventh if they beat South Africa more than 15 points, and Fiji fail to beat France. Fiji have never been ranked higher than 8th, but 6th place is possible this weekend if they beat France by more than 15 points, and if Ireland match in the margin, and Ireland match the margin in a victory over England. So Fiji can go up to as high as 6th place. 4th place, smaller margin of victory. 4th place is the lowest that France can fall to in defeat. And with a fraction over 10 points between themselves and USA, Georgia cannot improve their rating this weekend against Georgia. However, shock defeats against the Eagles could lead to a fall as many as 3 places down to 14th if Italy are victorious at home against Romania. USA will move above Uruguay in victory, and also Portugal if they win by more than 15 points, a gain of 2 places, which will take them up to 16th. Italy cannot improve in their 13th place in their own right, but a win combined with a defeat for Georgia would see them climb to 12th. And Romania head over to Italy. The win has potential to move them up the rankings, but only if it's combined with a defeat for USA away to Georgia. In terms of very, very down the park, and some fun facts, really. Colombia will move ahead of Ukraine into 36th place, so they beat Paraguay in the opening round of the Sudamerica Rugby Four Naciones. Paraguay could fall as many as 7 places in defeat, whilst the win for Paraguay will be accompanied by a 3-place rise, whatever the margin, while Colombia will fall 3 or 4 places depending on the margin. So there we go. If you want to know more what's happening down the rail at the bottom rankings, it's happening over there in Sudamerica. Uruguay's match is also an Argentina 15 game against Uruguay, but that will not count towards rankings because it is not a test match. In terms of the match officials, we've got Jaco Paper, who will be officiating Georgia's match against the USA. Andrew Brace will be taking charge of Wales versus South Africa. And Paul Williams from New Zealand will be refereeing Ireland versus England, whilst Luke Pearce will take charge of Italy versus Romania. And the France versus Fiji game will be officiated by Nika Amashakili from Georgia. So those are the match officials for the weekend. So yeah, pretty cool to see what the Springboks can do, and I think it'll be a bit of a Southern Hemisphere charge, I suppose, if the right results go in the right way. But at the very least, it looks like a win for South Africa would mean that it would be Ireland number 1, New Zealand number 2, South Africa number 3, and France number 4. And obviously, South Africa versus New Zealand next weekend could become very, very interesting because, that could be a fight for top spot if Ireland were to lose this weekend. So lots to play for with regards to the ratings. If you do take much notice of them, let me know what you think some of the results are going to be this weekend and where you think we will be, us being South Africa, will be on come Monday. And down in the comments below. Apart from that, smash like on the video, subscribe to the channel as well. We will be live for the South African game, the Ireland-England game, as well as France versus Fiji over the weekend. So come and join us on the watch-longs, and we'll see you guys all there. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steve, and I'll chat to you soon.